Hi, thank you for joining me. I've got another little drone to add to my collection, and this is the Tarantula X 1505. Now I've already got the Tarantula X6, and I really like that, and I'm quite happy with that. But this was so cheap, £15 or $20, and I saw some reviews on it, and I said, for that price it's quite good, and it's also a nice one that I can fly indoors as well. So although I don't normally fly with prop guards, I fly with prop guards on this one. So there's a box that comes in. You can get one with a camera as well, the C version, which has actually got a little FPV camera too. So this is it. Okay, I've already put three of the prop guards on, and then I'll just show you how the prop guards fit on. So it's quite simple, underneath just got to line it up. There's a place where it screws in, so you want to just get that, and there are a couple of little slots, and it goes on like that. Grab my screwdriver. Maybe just put that back on there. There. And then for the prop guards, it's just a single screw. Okay, and that's in and holding, and then no other screws needed. Just plug these into the holes on top here. Just get this around. Can be a little bit of a tight fit. Got to get it level and pegged in there, and in and down. So they seem quite flimsy before you put them on, but once you put them on, they're quite strong, and they've got quite a lot of resistance. The props are very plasticky and bendy, but that's okay. And then the props, they're screwed on, so that's pretty good. There's just a screw at the top to remove the props. Okay, then the legs, which is actually quite a good thing, don't screw on either. So here you go. They just plug in, so this might make it a little bit better for transportation, because I know with the my X6, these legs screw in, so this makes it a little bit more awkward for transportation. So I like the fact that those can come off and just clip back in, and they seem to hold pretty well, because you've got to pull there. Now the thing I really like the most about this little one compared to the X6 is it's got its own on-off switch. So there we go. The downside is the battery base, similar to the X6, still has a screw to secure it, but the fact now that it's got an on-off switch, really, for a cheap copter this size and this style and this design, I think the on-off switch is a huge bonus. The brushed motors spin quite comfortably and freely. On the X6 I had to put bearings in because they didn't spin nicely, freely, and it had a lot of resistance. So that's good. I like that. The motor has adequate cooling, so hopefully there shouldn't be too much of an issue with burning the motors out. Now, the shell is actually very flexible plastic. Yeah, unlike the Tarantula X6, it's a very sort of eggshell plastic, so you know, if it gets a knock, it breaks quite easily. I'm quite confident, you know, this thing's quite robust, and it's going to be quite hard to damage this, you know, compared to the Tarantula X6. But you know, it's really a nice looking one, you know. So with it you get two spare propellers, a screwdriver, the screws to screw on the prop guards, and then the battery charger is just a USB that plugs in to charge the battery. Then the radio transmitter is actually not bad, you know. Once you've got the batteries in, it's got quite a good feel to it, which I like. You know, for the price, pretty good. Then what I do, you know, because now I'm starting to have so many different transmitters there, I just make a note of what the various functions are on the transmitter. So on the top left here, we've got a button for speed. There's 3 speeds, so low, intermediate and high. So you just press, press. Then there's this button on the top here is for the lights. And over here, the button towards the inside, if you press a short press, it puts it into headless mode, and a long press is the return to home function. And then the button on the right is the roll button, so press if you press, and then if you want to do flips and rolls, you can do that there. You got your normal trim buttons here, but the little tricky one with this is if you've got the camera version, if you want to take a picture, you've got to press up. If you want to take a video, you press down. And then to calibrate or synchronize the gyros, you know, to bind, you switch it on with the throttle in the down position. Then to bind, you just press it up and down. So very similar to the Tarantula X6 to bind. And then to synchronize, or both bottom right corner for at least sort of 3 seconds to release, to synchronize the gyros. So that's it. Just let me just have a look here. So we add that to my collection there. So we look at the big X6, you put them sort of next to each other. It's still a reasonably sized little quad. Put it on top. You can see the arms are a lot shorter, but it's quite nice. Good. Okay, now with this, it comes with a little 3.7 volt 300 mAh battery, but as you can see, there's quite a bit of space here, so one can put a bigger battery in. So there we have a look there. I've got 380 mAh batteries for my JJRC H60, and if we look at this, they're fairly similar in size. So I'll do a time test and see how much time we get on a 300 mAh battery, and then how much time we can get on a 380 mAh battery. And then I also have 650 mAh batteries, and they're a little bit bigger, a little bit fatter, but that should also fit in here. Be a bit of a tight squeeze. I might have to do that. So if I try and put it in widthwise, it's okay. But yeah, no, this strut here is getting in the way of putting this one in. But what I might do is cut the strut off and try the 650 mAh. So if I do that, I'll post another video, and then I'll also do a time test and see how much flight time. Because with the 300 mAh stock battery, we should get about 5 to 8 minutes. So we'll see how the other batteries do. So let me just get this battery in and on. Let's get that. This comes down, clips, and goes in there. Now I've also got a FPV camera on my JJRC HAD, and there is a little 3-pin port here to plug in a camera. So if I have a look and I take this one off my JJRC, and see if it will go in there. So yes, that plugs in there quite nicely. Now the bracket and the holding bracket is a little bit different on this camera, but what I might do as well is just use elastic bands and a bit of foam to secure this camera on. And I like this camera's also got an adjustable tilt head, and I should be able to fly with this, take videos, and also fly FPV, because this is an FPV camera too. So yeah, that's what it'll look like, and hopefully there won't be too much jello. Yeah, I'll just put some more foam between this and give that a try and see what it's like, because that's not going to add too much weight to it. I mean, actually, if we look at the weights, let's just have a look. If this is with the prop guards attached, the 300 mAh battery in, and the FPV camera, get this thing to balance. A little bit awkward to get it to stand on here. Yeah. And just take these legs off quickly. So it's a total weight of 76 without the legs, and if we include the weight of the legs, a total weight of 78 grams. Not sure if you can see that there. You know, 78 grams, very light. Yeah, we'll have to see how it flies. So yeah, you just put the legs back on, and then we'll just start it up and see that everything is okay. I'll unplug the camera for now. So the C version comes with a camera that will actually clip into the brackets that are on here. So that, and plug in there. But as I've got one already, and it's a light little one, it'll be okay. So yes, let's have a look. Switch it on. Like this on-off switch. There we go. So yeah, okay, this should be quite interesting at night as well. The lights seem quite bright and good. So let's just bind. So in the down position. Okay, bound. And then to synchronize or calibrate the gyro, bottom right hand corner for about 3 seconds, release. Okay, the lights are gone solid, so that should be synchronized and all ready to go. Okay. So we'll take it out, see how it flies, do a little time test on the 300 mAh battery, and then also on the 380 mAh battery. And yeah, the instruction manual that comes with it is pretty good. One of the better instruction manuals I've seen come from China. So, you know, you have no difficulty. Most of the instructions and telling you what to do and everything is in here. So yes, let's take it out and fly it and see what it does.